Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Main. I know I'm a day late, but we're back with another live stream. How's everyone doing today? Lee Lamb says, I think I'm madly in love with you. Line up, pal. Line up. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're not chopping yourself to bits here. Price hasn't really done much lately. So if you're getting absolutely cooked, I hope you're chilling out a little bit because there's not a lot going on. You haven't missed a ton. You do not need to be rushing into any trades if there's no if there's no obvious opportunities. The breakout merch is coming soon. I hope you guys like it. We got some cool stuff. Those crew necks, we got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got the baseball hats. So those should be available for you guys to buy in the coming weeks, which is very exciting. But yeah, hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's surviving. Like, enjoy your summer, man. Enjoy your summer. This guy says, why is Sol pumping? I mean, it's gone up a little bit. Definitely gone up a little bit. Pumped just a tiny bit, but I wouldn't say it's like ripping or anything. Right? Down leg there. Boom, boom. You know, we're still just kind of in this range here. Everything's kind of just going sideways. I mean, basically since, the start of May, we've been going sideways for most stuff here. So if you're getting absolutely cooked over the last couple of weeks, you're probably over trading. I don't know what's going on in the trenches. I don't know what's going on in those other areas. But like if you look at the 3-day chart for Bitcoin here, right, and you just get rid of all these levels here. I mean, we're trading between, here and here since the start of May. So what's that? 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and we've been between 100 and 110. So a 10% range on Bitcoin. ETH, same thing, right? I mean, the weekly chart on ETH is hilarious to look at, but this is what you're trying to trade right now for the last 6-7 weeks. So if you're getting fucked up here, you might need to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, am I retarded? And the answer is probably yes. We want to be trading this, right? We want to be trading trends up or down, but trends when the market's actually moving, right? Because when you zoom in, right, like this is as much as this is going down, this is a clear trend, very clear trend where you're shorting lower highs, you're shorting bounces, right? Same thing here. This is a clear uptrend, longing higher lows, right? Longing dips. This is a very tight range. Now, the problem a lot of you are going to have is you are going to try and trade this type of price action, right? Because what people do best is they trade in an uptrend in crypto. Most people learn to trade in a bull market, and they don't even they're not even necessarily learning to trade. They just are longing, and they're not really being punished for it. Like if you go look at Bitcoin here, there's been multiple times over the last couple of years where you could long, right? Like this, you could basically long every consolidation with zero heat. Same thing here. Anytime you long, there's basically no punishment. Same thing here. Just longing with no punishment. And then what happens is when we start going sideways, people try and trade this the same way they traded this. The problem is when you're trading an uptrend, right, you're just longing and longing and longing, and then maybe eventually you're wrong, right? But if you're in a range and price is proven to be range bound, if you're longing near the range lows, you got to be prepared to take profit near the range highs, or else what happens, right? You long the range lows, you assume it's just going to keep going, and then it hits the range high and comes all the way back down, right? You short the range high, you don't close at the range low, it comes all the way back up. So you need to be able to do one of two things. You need to be able to either identify the type of market we are in. Are we in an uptrend? Are we in a range-bound environment? Obviously, this can be inverted. This could be a downtrend. Are we in a trending, right? Trending, or are we in a range-bound environment? If we're in a trending environment, great. Trade it as a trending environment. Assume when you buy the higher low, the trend is going to continue, and it's going to make a higher high. If we're trending down, assume when you short the bounce that it's going to make a lower low, and it's going to continue to trend down. In a range, you have to aim to take trades near the extremities and be willing to take profit. If you think we're range bound and you long near the range low and we're approaching the range high, assume we're going to keep ranging. Take profit. Short. Boom. Do it again. Okay? And the problem is, and so the second, or you need to be able to identify the market that we're in. And if you only can trade this, if you can only trade in an uptrend, when price is doing this or doing this, don't fucking trade. Just don't do it. But a lot of people have a really difficult time sitting on their hands. They always want to be in a trade. You always want to be in the market, even though the conditions might not be conducive to your ability or your preferred trading environment. And I think a lot of people would make more money and keep the money that they have if they were able to identify the type of market we're in. Are we trending or range bound? And then adjusted their trading accordingly by either trading like we're in a range or in trend, or only trading. You can be a range trader. There's people who are great at trading this. Awesome. Then focus on only being involved when the market is doing this, right? So you got to know your skills, know what you're good at, and then have the discipline to stick to that. What's up, Tyler? How you doing, G? Right? So this is really important. And I think a lot of you are probably looking at Bitcoin here and ETH, and you're just like, dude, what the fuck? I'm getting cooked over the last few weeks. And it's like, bro, price hasn't really done anything. Now we're near the range lows. So if we're going to continue to range on ETH, my bias is that we bounce towards the range high soon. Like, I think ETH is either going to go like this, or I think maybe we take out like this low or this low, and then we go up. But I'm still assuming that we're range bound. So near the range lows, I want to be looking for reasons to be bullish. Near the range highs, I want to be looking for reasons to be bearish within the context of that range. I don't assume that every time we bounce, we're going to 5K, or every time we pull back, we're going back to 2K. I'm assuming we're in a range until proven otherwise. Does that make sense? So I think that's a super valuable tip for some of you guys, and it's going to help you out a lot. If you just focus, try and identify what the market is doing. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum are going sideways. Bitcoin's range is a little goofier, but this is still a range. Range high to range low. Range low back to range high. Maybe we take the range low and then go back to the high again. Right? Eventually, we're going to break up or down. But until then, assume the range is going to continue and trade it accordingly. What's up, Burnside? How you doing, G? Justice for the LPA says, I'm gagging for 20K at ETH. I suggest you stop gagging so much because that's a long way away, if ever. All right, guys, so we'll do the usual kind of shebang here, right? We'll start with Bitcoin. We'll work our way down the list. And any questions you guys have, you just let me know. I'll do my best to answer them as we go. Bro says he's gagging so hard his throat hurts. Don't come to Kazakhstan. Here's something crazy that you won't believe. I wasn't planning on coming to Kazakhstan. To be honest with you, I wasn't even sure Kazakhstan was a real place or just a place in Borat. All right, so let's start with Bitcoin here. We'll get my drawings back on. So I've marked out this H12 kind of daily price leg, right? So we had a very clear breakdown. We reclaimed this level, and then we made a higher high above here. So to me, there's, reason to believe that we could get a higher low somewhere in this box. I'm expecting a move up on Bitcoin, maybe next week. This week's just been very dull, very boring. And I think it either happens in this box or after a sweep of the range low here. So I'm looking for clues. I'm looking for reasons why Bitcoin might find some support in here. And so what might that look like? Well, if you go down to the H12, right, we have an H12 SFP here. So that's potentially promising. If we're holding this area, maybe that's enough to pump us higher. You go down to the H1. We basically had this is a crazy price leg here. I think this is when Trump tweeted out everyone needs to leave Tehran. But this was I don't even know, 10 straight red hourly candles. But if we're able to break out of this little consolidation on the hourly to the upside, I think there's a good chance we trade up into here. Maybe even above here. So that's kind of what I'm watching. Or maybe we get one more pullback. But again, I'm looking for clues, looking for reasons, looking for signs that the bulls might step in this area, either somewhere within this gray box, like it's potentially doing here, or below this low. Okay? Very straightforward, very simple. I'm not overthinking it, not forcing it. I uploaded a video on Monday. I said, hey, we might have a Monday's range set up this week, right? And you can see here, we're trading just below the monthly open, and now we're back below Monday's low. We tried to reclaim here, and it's kind of rejecting. If this is going to go up, right, you want to see us get back above Monday's low here. It's already Thursday. So is the low of the week in, right? This is Tuesday here. Is the low of the week in? This is Tuesday, kind of right here. Well, Monday's low, reclaim the monthly open. That would be a good sign. And then I would target what? Up into here, right? Internal range liquidity. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here. Now, ultimately, this could lead us to leg down again, right? We could come up, take this out, and then take this out. But I talk about this all the times in my videos, guys. People will be like, we're going to do this, and then we're going to go to 120K. Unless you longed here, shorted here, longed here, I don't really care that you drew this out. It's fun. It looks great for Twitter. It looks great for arts and crafts. But in reality, if I think we're going to trade to here next, that's my bias, let's say. My job is to try and find a trade from here to here. I don't care if after going here, it does this. And then after doing that, it does this. Those are future trades. Those are problems for future Maine. Right? Future Maine will deal with those problems. Today, Maine is saying, okay, if I think that there's a chance that we pump from around here, I want to look for reasons to be long, and I want to have targets. And I'm just trying to catch that singular next leg of price action. And I think that is another thing that will help a lot of you in your trading. Stop trying to predict 5 moves in advance. Start trying to catch the next single leg of price. So that's all I really got for Bitcoin. I think on the weekly, obviously, you still have to kind of be aware that, we put in a sweep here. Right? We swept out this high. We're holding this fair value gap for now. So I think if we're bullish here, you don't really want to see us lose this area. We could dip below, but I don't really want to see us lose this weekly fair value gap if this is going to continue higher. So any sort of longs that you're thinking of, high time frame, low time frame, I think this is a pretty key zone here. I'll give you the exact levels here. So this is from 97 to about 100,700. This zone is a weekly fair value gap. If we get back below that, this could end up being resistance here for a massive move down, which we obviously don't want to see. But we've got lots of confluence of support. We also have got this weekly breaker here. We've got the yearly open sitting around 93K. So we can pull back further. That's okay. And still look good on the high time frame. But those are kind of, and this hasn't changed because these levels have been here on my chart for literally several weeks now. But we could pull back farther and still be okay on the high time frame. But on the low time frame, we know what we're looking for. We're trying to see if the bulls are going to step in here. If not, here's our weekly fair value gap. This is our range low. That seems like a nice area to look for the next opportunity, if that's where we're going to go. I don't care, right? If we roll over here, guess what? I'm not doing anything until I get a signal. If we sweep this low, then I'm going to pay attention. If we just roll over here, but then run this low and reclaim, it's time to pay attention. But when price is moving slow like this, don't take it for granted. Enjoy your summer. Enjoy the chill time, because this, right, this type of PA, you feel like you can't get away from the computer. Every day something's going up. Every day the market's pumping. Right? So it's hard to step away. You feel like you got to be locked in, understandably so. But when the market is chilling, take that time. Get that time back. When you're trading, nobody is managing your hours for you, right? No one's saying, oh, it's 5 o'clock, you can check out, right? It's up to you to try and maintain a good, healthy sleep schedule, exercise, getting outside. So don't take for granted the periods of time where the market's not doing a whole lot. Take advantage of it, okay? So what I explained there and kind of the game plan for Bitcoin makes sense here, guys? What's up, Paradigm? How you doing, bro? Do you consider fair value gaps as levels as important as OBs? They go hand in hand. Order blocks create fair value gaps. Any tips for finding a girlfriend when the PA is slow? Yeah, man. Go have a shower. Hit the gym. Start pumping that iron, right? Read some interesting books so you have cool things to talk about. And then open up Twitter and realize, you know, you're not built for this. You're not built for married life, buddy. And that's okay. Remain an incel forever. No, I'm just kidding, bro. Go outside, man. You got to go outside. Go outside, talk to women. You got to actually approach them and talk to them. It's really scary. It's really, really scary, but you got to do it. Right now, I'm on a 3-day split. So I go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I hit each body, major kind of muscle group twice. Any tips on how to get as rich as James Wynn before he lost everything? Apparently, all you got to do is rob and steal from people. Like, literally just scam people. That's what you got to do. All right. All right. I'm assuming you guys are okay with what I explained on Bitcoin there. Loser says, I won't enjoy summer. What an appropriate name. Bro says, try talking to them. Yeah, you do have to talk to them. It is unfortunate. Flippo's car says, I really like when someone looks at the bigger time frame too. Can't trade without a bigger picture before. I'm trying to get better at trading ranges. It's my weak point, but I'm improving. Will you help out a N-word? I'm not saying that. You trying to get me canceled? When Ansem builds a private city. Don't talk to girls, just be gay, bro. Shit works. Listen, bro, if Ansem's getting 500K from Luck.io, he's going to have all the money he needs to build a city himself. He won't need my help. Isn't the weekly on BTC super bearish? I wouldn't say it's super bullish, but I'm not worried unless we lose this. Right? So this is not good. That's not good. But technically speaking, I don't know why I did that. Technically speaking, like this is our weekly range, right, is still bullish, dude. Like we're still within this weekly. Actually, I guess we're not. We're in this weekly. Like we're still in a weekly range. So in theory, price could come all the way down here and still go up. That's not ideal, but if we were to sweep this high, pull back to here, that is this weekly swing failure pattern playing out. Like that's a big correction. It's a 20% correction from there to there. That would be this weekly SFP playing out. Now, do I think that we're going to come all the way back here? Who's calling me right now? Do I think we're going to come all the way back here? I don't know. Anything's possible, but we, in theory, could put in a higher low down here and still go up. Anything can fucking happen. But for now, I'm watching this. This is the most immediate weekly support level, and it's overlaid with this breaker too, so they're the same zone. This is the most important area, I think, for price, is this weekly area here. If we lose this, then I'll look down here, but I would much rather we don't lose that. But the sweep is not good. It would have been a lot cooler if we closed above the high, and then people would stop posting this fucking fractal over here, right? Link Marine, you're back, buddy. Dude, we missed you. We missed you, bro. So if we lose support, what happens? We probably go lower. Yeah, crazy, right? What's up, Krillin? How you doing, my G? Yeah, crypto fully legal now. They've got the stablecoin bill passed. They're working on other crypto bills. They're dismantling the SEC and all of their crypto operations, yet everyone still thinks we're scamming. Crazy scenes. Bryson DeChambeau is calling me, and he wants tips on his swing. He wants to know how I carry it 270. Is the 3D bearish on the corn? I don't think the 3-day chart is any different than the weekly chart. Basically the exact same. Fair value gap, breaker. It's like the same chart to me. Two weeks from now, isn't that the deadline for the tariff pause? And now the U.S.-Iran war news seems like hard to see things pump beforehand, but I don't know. I mean, possible for sure, right? Like, I listen, the charts could look worse, but they could also look a lot better, right? Like, this ranging up here after taking this makes me feel like there's distribution happening, but we could do this, dude. Like anything can fucking happen. Trump can extend the tariff deadline. Israel can bomb Iran so much that Iran retaliates at an even crazier fashion, and the U.S. has forced their hand. So trying to predict what's going to happen geopolitically, it's just not, like, that's not what I do. I know everyone on Twitter acts like they are a professional when it comes to anything. You got nutrition advice, geopolitical affairs, anything about like earthquakes, fucking war, fucking people are talking about weightlifting. People are experts about sleep. They're experts about anything that gets brought up, sports, anything. Everyone on Twitter is an expert. It's amazing that so many of these people that have no formal education probably still live at home, many of whom are broke, are so smart and well-versed in so many different topics. It's crazy. But I, for one, I know what I know how to do. I'm really good at drawing lines and boxes on a chart and trying to make some fucking little educated guesses with those. That's what I'm good at. So I'm not going to try and speculate on what's going to happen 2 weeks from now with the president and a hot conflict, a hot war going on in the Middle East. I have no control over it. I have no fucking clue what's going to happen. Do you have any tips on how to stop gooning? Yes, I do. What you're going to do is you're going to take your hands like this, right? But you're going to put super glue here, Gorilla Glue. Then put your hands like this in the prayer signal. You're going to glue your hands together like this, and then you're going to pray to God, whatever God you believe in, Jesus, Muhammad, Yahweh, Krishna, Vishnu, butter chicken, whatever God it is that you believe in. The gods, the gain gods, the iron gods, I don't know. And you're going to say, please, God, help me stop gooning. And your hands are going to be physically glued together, so you won't be able to goon anyways. The butter chicken might have been a little racist. That might have been a little racist, and I take that back. I take that back. Don't quote me on that. I know there's a lot of gods in the Hindu religions, and after Vishnu, I just blanked. And, you know, that's where my mind went. What do you want from me? I'm human. Why is hype getting clapped right now? Again, this is one of those trades, right? That was this is super easy. Remember, the all-time high trades are easy. You mark all-time high. This is the prior all-time high. We traded above it, came back, retested the fair value gap, made another leg. Now we had a new all-time high here. Traded above it. Now we're back below. So your bias on hype is pretty straightforward here, in my opinion, right? Like, if you want to be bullish on hype, it needs to get back above this level. Until then, I'm looking for areas of support. It's coming into some demand right now. Maybe it wants to run these lows, but if it's gonna get bullish again, it happens back above 39.50. I'm not saying it can't be bullish here and go up. It can, but until it's back above this level, this is a deviation. If we now reclaim this level, I think we probably go make new highs. Those all-time high level trades are super easy. You got to remember too, like, this thing is up from April to, you know, as of 3 days ago, 400% in a month and a half. So for it to pull back 20%, I don't think is it getting clapped, right? Like, look at this thing on the weekly, dude. This could just be a weekly retest here. We could just be consolidating here for a bit after a massive monster weekly move. You are sexy and handsome, man. Can you please chart NVIDIA? Only because you asked nicely. Yeah, I mean, let's see here. Well, what the fuck? I'm on crypto only, aren't I? Yeah, so notice how I have the all-time high level here marked out this as well. So it ran the low. Now it's back above the highs. And you can see it's using this level as support right now. The only concern with NVIDIA and stocks in general, I think, are they're kind of holding right at the most kind of deepest possible bearish retest level, right? So I think ideally stocks do something like this. Maybe they run this level, I don't know, and then go up. But this is technically resistance here. And so NVIDIA is kind of doing the same thing, right? Where it's basically pushed all the way up into the last area where this thing could possibly reject from. But looks okay. I mean, look at NQ. NQ is very similar. This is like all-time high is right here. You know, we're less than 1,000 points away. So I think it's at resistance. I wouldn't long it here, right? Like, to me, these charts, this chart, and NVIDIA, like, if we get a strong close above here, then I think you just long it. Otherwise, I'm chilling. I'm not chasing this up here. The time to long NVIDIA was peak tariff madness. It's now up. You know, almost 70% in 6 weeks. Thanks, Lifeless Realm. Appreciate you, bro. Crypto Twitter are experts on losing money. The Alberta accent is uncanny. I'm from BC, but, you know, you hang around smaller towns, the accents are pretty similar. Is Gainsey alive? Last time I checked, yes. Why? That's why people only look at the hourly. Yeah. Can you analyze Fartcoin? I will look at Fartcoin, guys. Don't worry. Can you check out Apple? I imagine Apple looks the same as NVIDIA. Oh, no. Oh, no. Steve Jobs could never. So listen, this to me is a more interesting chart than NVIDIA because this is a massive retest here on like the quarterly chart. So we have that quarterly chart, huge retest on the quarterly chart, and now it's trying to find a bottom here. Right? It's trying to find a bottom. So I would venture to say that, you know, your range is kind of like this right here. Like, ignore this. This is the deviation. We're on support. So I'd be looking for reasons to potentially long this thing if the rest of the market behaves. This could go. But yeah, this to me looks more interesting than NVIDIA, which is like right at the highs. This is pulling back into support here. Like, I mean, look at that monthly, dude. Like, that would have been a sick fucking buy right there. Why is Gainsey in Tel Aviv? Why not come back? I don't know. Are they even flying? Like, can you even leave right now? Merch League's coming soon, guys. I promise. I promise. I just looked at hype, brother. Just rewind a little bit. Cool. I'm gonna stop taking. I'm gonna stop taking requests for a sec. I'm gonna go through a bunch of charts and then we'll go back to requests. But Ansem Crime Week. I don't know why people care. Like, I think so. Guys like Scooter and stuff. Like, I think he's funny. I do. But like the whole like gotcha journalism of crypto Twitter makes no sense to me. And here's why. At what point, everyone's saying Ansem shilling Luck.io undisclosed. I don't think he is. I'm pretty sure I remember a tweet from like 2 weeks ago where he said he's partnering with them. So that's a disclosure. But besides the point, there's this whole obsession on Twitter where anytime anyone starts making money, everyone tries to tear that person down unless it's just like raw trading P&L. Oh my God, this guy's doing an influencer deal. This guy's shilling a ref linked. This guy's shilling a coin that he has allocation in. Well, all of that may be true. What has happened on crypto Twitter that makes you guys think the majority of people have good morals? Most people are very much self-interested. They're in this space to make as much money as they possibly can, and then they're going to leave. And guess what? That's what you should be doing as well. Now, I'm not telling you should scam people. I'm not telling you should rug pull. But I'm also not telling you that you can't make monies other ways than trading. Ansem has a huge audience. If some company wants to pay him $500,000 to tweet about a casino, then fuck it. Like, why does that matter to you? If you think casinos are a scam, don't use it. Gambling's bad. You're going to lose your money. I still go to the casino all the time. I play online slots like a motherfucker because I'm retarded. Even though I know I'm going to lose money, I get excitement out of it. Sometimes I win a little. I have fun doing it, but I know it's stupid, right? So this obsession, wow, this light just got so bright, bro. But this obsession crypto Twitter people have of like, oh my God, this guy's doing this guy's doing this. You all would probably be better off spending your time, energy, and effort not reading posts about dunking on Ansem and other people and just trying to make money yourself. Like, that's what your focus should be. Focus on making your money yourself. Focus on building your own page. And then maybe you'll get a big fucking like offer from an exchange or something. But like this whole obsession of like, oh my God, this guy's doing this. Like, it's just a waste of energy. It's draining your energy. And I feel like it's like virtue signaling. It's like when they had the BLM stuff and people are like, I'm putting a black square in my fucking Instagram post so other people know I'm in solidarity with the movement. Well, it's like, but you're not even doing anything. And this is no different. Like, focus on making money. That's what you should be here for. That should be your number one goal. Everyone's got different levels of morality, different amounts of stuff that they're going to be okay with. Someone might have no qualms with shilling a casino or pump fund or an exchange. Some people might be like, I'm better than that. I don't want to do that. Great. How does that affect you? How does it make you money? If you think casinos are bad and shilling casinos are bad, don't trade, don't use the casino. Like, just don't do it. Just focus on your own shit. Everyone is so worried about, there's an entire section of crypto Twitter that is making fun of the pump fund guys all the time. They're going after all these Cup C and all these guys. Oh my God, these guys on pump fund made all this money. They must be scamming. It doesn't help you at all. If these guys are pieces of shit and they were breaking the law, karma will probably deal with them. But you bitching and moaning about it on Twitter is not affecting them whatsoever, and it's negatively affecting you. It's draining your energy, and it's removing your focus from the goal, which is for you to make money. I want you to get the bag. I don't care what Ansem's doing. I don't care what fucking other people, I don't care. I want to make myself money, and I want to see you guys make money. Head down, lock in. Stop giving your energy away to just like annoying Twitter drama. Twitter is not a real place. It's not a real place. Anyways, and for the record, every single fucking person, except for maybe a couple, would take that offer in a second. In a second. And if they're acting like they won't, they're full of shit. But just stop talking about it. Move the fuck on. You guys are helping the casino and Ansem by paying so much attention to it, writing threads, posting about it 40 times a day. It's working. They're getting free publicity. Anyways, okay, so Bitcoin, pretty straightforward. Hopefully you guys understand my game plan there. Maybe they can turn it around here. I'd like to see us reclaim Monday's low, if that's the case. Otherwise, this is the next area of interest for me. Okay? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, Ethereum. Ethereum still potentially a little more bullish than Bitcoin, right? ETH BTC grinding, holding this high time frame support. It's above Monday's low. So maybe we're going to see a move towards Monday's high now. So similar to Bitcoin, I think very simply, it's either going to happen from here, confirmation on ETH going up. We have an H12 SFP right here. Okay. Go down to the hourly. Here's your breaker that caused that SFP. So if ETH is able to reclaim this, I think pretty high odds it trades to Monday's high. If we fail to reclaim this and we reject here, right? I think we probably run these lows, and then I'm looking kind of closer to 2,400. And then again, I'm interested in potentially longing there. Why? Because I still think this is a big old fat range. And so if we're not going to go up from here, then I think down near the range lows again, I might be willing to take another stab, see if it starts going towards the range high. Simple. Okay? Solana, it's on weekly demand here. We're on weekly demand here. Zoom in. Here's our 12-hour range. We're near the range low. We're pumping a little bit off of here. So if we're going to go from here, Great. This is your initial target for upside for Sol. That's the initial target. Can it trade lower? Yeah. If we're going to break below, I think you look like if we reject here, you look left. Where's the next area of liquidity? Down here. Kind of around 124 to 130 becomes the next area of interest if we fail to go up from where we are right now. And that would be in line with kind of this daily order block down here from 132-ish down to 123, right? So this would be the next area. If we fail to go up from here, I think we could see another move down, run out all these lows, and then we could try again. Until then, fucking relax. All right? What's up, Folis? Yeah, this is a really good point. EM Ice says shady stuff happens in small cap stocks too. Insiders know things, especially in certain sectors like mining, sometimes crypto. Hedge funds try and fuck each other over. There's insider trading happening in the biggest financial markets in the world. So you think that there's insider trading, information asymmetry, shady dealings, influencers doing weird shit. Like all of that stuff is happening all the time. Anytime something happens on crypto, it's like a bunch of you fell off the fucking potato cart yesterday and were like, oh my God, things aren't fair. Some people are doing shady things and you're like surprised. Go outside, bro. The president launched a meme coin. And look at it. Forget Ansem. This is the president. This is the president's meme coin. And you guys are fucking having a circle jerk over some guys being sponsored by a casino. This guy's in charge of the nukes. And this is his meme coin. So, like, who cares? Like, who cares? Move on with your life. Trump launched a meme coin. Okay? And now he controls the nukes. And you guys are worried about Ansem taking a casino sponsorship. Who fucking cares? The world is a mess. The world is a mess. Shit is hitting the fan. They're sending ballistic missiles into Tel Aviv and into Tehran. Back and forth. And you're worried about Ansem shilling a casino or some guy shilling a meme coin and he has 1% of the supply. Who cares? Like, in my opinion, you should be trying to get as much money as humanly possible, buying a house, buying some land, acquiring some guns, and prepare for the fucking worst, hope for the fucking best. Instead of worrying about what random strangers who you will never meet do on the internet. Insane. Oh, man, that's so funny, dude. CoffeeZilla made a career out of it. And guess what? CoffeeZilla's making money. Scooter makes money because his tweets get impressions. He's not just doing it for fun, right? I'm not saying what he's doing is bad. Great, go for it. But you're not helping yourself. We can have guns in Canada, just not the same way that you can have guns in the US. Like, I can't just fucking have, AKs like the goddamn video. I can't just have like AKs and fucking M4s and shit, but we can have like shotguns and stuff. Anyways, so that's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum, that's Sol. What else do we want to look at? Let's look at Fartcoin here. So Fartcoin, unfortunately, right back towards the range lows. So how did I get this long that I signaled to everyone on Twitter when I said I'm dreaming of sub $1 Fartcoin longs? It's because I knew we were in a range. We came to the range low and we swept it. Now where's the target? The range high. We swept the range high. Now what's happening? We're back towards the range low. So fart coin's at an interesting spot, in my opinion. If it's going to keep going sideways, this is a decent area for it to find support. And then maybe back to the range high again. But for now, it's just in a range. It's just going sideways. Don't overthink it. Ahmed says, who's Samson? Exactly. Yeah, I'm more concerned that it is the end of times than I am about what anyone on crypto Twitter's doing. Like, I'm much more concerned about, like, holy fuck, I want to make sure I'm good to go. Yo, main, usually master MicroStrategy. Usually MicroStrategy front runs BTC. With this last pump, it didn't, and that's why I didn't trust it. Same as 2021 peak. You think MicroStrategy's done with signal peaking? Maybe. That's not something I've personally tracked, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, like the difference between these two charts is Bitcoin did this and is trading here, and this is a clear lower high. So maybe there's some alpha there. I don't really know, though. Yeah, I'll look at Sui, guys. Sweet. That's all I think of when I see this coin. Like I like here. Like I kind of like this. I mean, I guess this is a breaker. Is there a little bit of a cleaner one? Like I guess you could argue it's coming into the breaker now that swept out this low. Right? But again, I like, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for a higher low. Have I done Tau yet? No. And I haven't done Doge either. Doge. Yeah, I mean, some of these coins look like... Ah, flashbang. Sorry. That's what you get, though. That's what you get. Yeah, like this is kind of similar to the Sui chart, right? We have a sweep here, and we're now pumped, and we're now fully... Right? Everything pumped, hit resistance, and now it's attempting to put in a higher low. Like this is across the board for a lot of coins. Like Solana is the same. Right? Solana pumped, came into resistance. Now it's attempting to put in a higher low. So for a lot of these coins, right, you can pull out, like, I bet you if you pull out your fib here, we're right near the sweet spot. Like right there, bang on. So this is kind of exactly where you want to see, ideally, a higher low form on a lot of these alts. Sui is almost the exact same. Tau I have not looked at in ages. Same chart, right? Like, so I like down here on Tau, but technically it's on support right now. So if it holds here, fantastic. Otherwise, I would try again down around the 240 level. Why do you use that gay Microsoft Paint and not the TradingView tools? I find this way easier to draw with. Because if you use this and you have the magnet on, sometimes it doesn't draw as clean. I mean, as I just so eloquently drew on here. But I don't know. I just like using this. Because I can also do this, and it doesn't delete all my chart levels. Right? So I can draw a bunch of bullshit. Right? Like this. What's he drawing? Is it a penis? No, it's a smiley face, you retard. And I can hit delete, and it all just disappears. ENA, I'm still in a swing long. Like, I'm still in this trade. But I don't know. Maybe I got, like, every time I long ENA, it just disappoints me. So maybe I'm retarded and this is going to fail again. But I am in this trade currently. You guys want to look at DOT? What kind of fucking retarded coins are you guys holding? DOT. Who's trading DOT in the big 25? Woo. Boys, I don't know if you can tell, but your boys slimmed up a little. Down this morning, fasted, I weighed in at 202. After the wedding, I was 213. Then I'm down 10 pounds. I'm trying to get a little fucking shreddy Eddie. Because I want to have a baby soon. So I'm trying to be as healthy as I can before I have a baby. DOT, polka dot. Oh my God. Well, this is polka dot futures. And if you own DOT, this is your futures. It's fucking disastrous. I mean, again, like there's so many better coins to trade than this, bro. This thing had its heyday. Like, this is the Bitcoin bull run here, right? Put the Bitcoin chart up next to this. This is a really good example, really good comparable for most altcoins, right? Like, here's the 2021 bull run for DOT and for Bitcoin. Huge run, amazing tech, right? But then look what Bitcoin did. Bitcoin, after bottoming, the same as DOT, went and ran to 100K. And what has DOT done? Fuck all. Like, this is the future for most altcoins, right? Is they have their moment in the sun, and then they're just cooked. So I'm not saying you can't make money on this. You can. But if you're holding this, expecting it to go back to all-time high, I think that that's very unlikely. Anything's possible, but I think it's very unlikely. Bitcoin has gone to 100K, and in the same time frame, DOT has traded between $4 and $10. Bitcoin went from 15K to 100K, and DOT went between $4 and $10. This underperformed Ethereum even, and Ethereum's been a joke. So, I mean, can you trade this? Yeah. It's near the range lows, right? Near the range lows, clear range high. Like, there's money to be made from here to here, from here to here. Maybe it goes back up to here again. But, like, if you're expecting this to go back to all-time high, I just don't really see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it could just put in a fucking fuck you candle. But back to all-time high, I don't think so. And if you're just bag holding this, you've underperformed everything for years now, right? But if you're just trading it, I mean, sure, you're longing near the lows, right? Shorting near the highs. Like, there's money to be made here. This is like a decent range. Do you think silver will follow gold's run? I think it can. Right? It's starting to break out here. So I like how silver's starting to break out. It's trying to put in, big push up here on the weekly. So I'm bullish on silver, and if it comes down here, I think that's a buy. I think if you also look at the gold-silver ratio, which is like ETH BTC for gold and silver, right? This is when gold is dominating. Now, if this makes a lower high here, silver can be, more dominating than gold. I looked at Sui already. Have you looked into Nucleus Genomics? Let's pick your future kiddo's stats. I've definitely thought about it. I don't know a ton about it, like how advanced it's gone. Like, I can pick everything. Is that just like I can pick fucking 6'6", blue eyes, finance, whatever the fucking gay song is? Can I make him an NBA player? Can I give him a 42-inch vertical? And can his name be LeBron James? LeBron Raymond James? LeBron! Bull run may be over at the end of the year. I'm not DeFi bets. I'm in DeFi bets like Aerodrome, Finance. Chart looks stronger versus AI, Pivot to Tau, and others. Yeah, I mean, listen, if the bull run ends at the end of the year, that lines us up with the same 4-year cycle cadence that we've been on since 2013. So that wouldn't be surprising. We can look at gold here. I mean, this has just been a crazy, crazy run. I don't know if gold ever comes back down here anytime soon, but that's an area of interest. Just looking at the 12-hour chart, we're kind of like just range bound now. All right, there's your range low. There's your range high. So, you know, I'd be looking for trades at the extremes here. Like if this, like look at this trend line here. So if we break down from that trend line and then do this, that to me is a great long. Do you find this cycle tougher to trade than 2017 or prior? I don't know, man. Like, I don't think it's harder per se. Bitcoin's over 100K right now. I just think the problem a lot of people are having is there's so many altcoins. We're not getting these kind of crazy sustained multi-month long alt pumps because the money is just so dispersed across all these different assets. It seems like the pumps are more secular and they happen more quickly. So I think that part's trickier, but I've never been much of an altcoin trader. Like the biggest disappointment for me has been just ETH not, you know, performing very well. But other than that, I don't think it's necessarily harder. Maybe it's a little harder, but I think Bitcoin is traded pretty cleanly. I've publicly on Twitter, in these YouTube videos, in the Haven, in Telegram, longed each of these lows. So those are all the major high time frame swing lows, and I posted about each and every single one. So, but that's my game. This is fucking 3 trades in a year and a half, like in spot. I'm not in the trenches. I don't know what's going on in there. I'm too old, man. I talked to one of those kids, dude. What's his name? Spooner or something. And he's like, dude, let's do a stream together. I'll teach you how to trench. And I was like, yeah, maybe that could be fun. XRP. Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing I'd be watching is we took out that low on the monthly. And did we get an MSB? Not quite yet, right? So I'd want to see us break above that high. That becomes interesting to me, right? And then this becomes like a breaker, which is right now acting as resistance. So if we're able to get above this, I think it looks kind of interesting. You could argue that, you know, this is your raid candle play. So if you really want a long XRP, if we get any sort of sweep into here, like this is the 3-day chart, but if we get any sort of sweep into here, I think you could long it and just put your stop down there. You've got a very clear invalidation. If Bitcoin drops to 88 to 93K, where does that put Ethereum? Well, let's assume we go to the yearly open. 10% drop, right? You know, maybe Bitcoin, Ethereum overperforms to the downside like it tends to do. But like, I think, yeah, like this kind of area here, 1,800 to 2,000. You can pick height, eye color, predispositions to certain mental conditions, diseases, IQ. You can basically cheat into a cup and pick the best sperm and egg pairing. That's crazy. So I can make sure my kid is turbo autistic, so he ends up on a future season of Love on the Spectrum, and that can just be what I want. That's crazy. I mean, but there's got to be limitations, right? It's got to be based on my DNA still. So how smart can he really get if he's limited by old Pop, old Daddy Maine? You want me to look at LTC? Jesus. I mean, again, this is going to be the same rant I gave the guy about holding fucking Polkadot. Like, Bitcoin went from 15K to 100K, and LTC's done this. It doesn't mean it can't go up. And maybe we finally get an alt season, and this does like a triple. But, like, it's not going to 1,000, right? Like, the best case scenario is this thing does like a 1 to 300% pump and just continues this, right? Just like, and that's just what it is. What coin fucked me the hardest? Sam Bankman-Fried. Thanks, Jerry. Yeah, he's still Canadian, but my wife is American. You Americans been on my ass. Oh, the neck. He's so handsome and tall and funny and jacked and incredible and rich, and he's just the greatest person ever, but he's Canadian. So you would always give me all these compliments and you go, but he's Canadian. Well, guess what your boy did? Your boy went over the border. Okay, I'm not talking about from Mexico to U.S. I came over the northern border. I'm a snow Mexican. I came into your territory and I took one of yours and I made her mine. So now I got to weigh in. You can't get rid of me. I went into enemy territory and I took home a prisoner of war. And now I can get in there. You can't keep me out. I'm coming through that border, baby. Free SBF. Absolutely not. Thanks, Alexis. Do I hold Pepe? No, I don't. You can call ICE all you want. I'm going to have papers. I'm doing it legal. So basically, if you marry an American, I can get a permanent residency card and then eventually a green card. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. Yeah, I don't know why people look at the super old coins. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. We just covered XRP. Just rewind a little. Aerodome. Isn't this the coin from the Wolf of Wall Street movie? Aerotine. This looks kind of interesting. I think you might have missed the trade already, right? Took out last quarter's low. Remember this setup we've talked about for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks? This actually was a primo trade right here, dude. So there's your monthly SFP. There's your weekly breaker. There's your retest. Like that was a primo entry right there. Now, to me, this is like, I don't know how, you got to wait now. I think you already missed the entry. The entry was 2 weeks ago. Now you got to go down to the lower time frame. Maybe you get an entry like this week, like down into here. Something like that. But I think the killer entry was down there, man. Bro, I'm literally looking at Aerodome. I'm looking at it right now. Keep asking me. Oh, they're all bots? Okay, well. Why would you want to be an American? I don't know if I want to be an American, but I have the option if I do. Canada is not exactly in the greatest place either. Our taxes are unbelievably high. Our economy's not growing. Immigration is through the roof. It's not great. Housing, we're in a housing bubble. We make less than people in America, but things cost way more. Our dollar's weak. A lot of issues. A lot of issues. The jelking is going good, brother. So you think Cardano will make a new all-time high? At what point did I say anything remotely close to that? Technical question, not a technical question. And then he asked me about quantitative easing. Do you think that we need rate cuts, QT, so that we can see alt season? I don't think it fucking has anything to do with each other. You want to see alt season? This chart needs to drop. Alt season is when this chart nukes. Okay, so the reason there's no alt season is because this chart looks like this. If we do this, there's your alt season. Now, is that going to line up with rate cuts? I think rate cuts, liquidity injected into the market, risk on environment, Bitcoin going higher, those are all good things. But if we get quantitative easing, which is rate cuts, and Bitcoin rips to 150K, this is probably going higher first. And then maybe we get alt season. But let me remind you guys, alt season happens at the end. So everyone who's begging for an alt season, remember, that means you're begging for the bull run to be over. This was the last alt season. This is the top of the last cycle, right? This was an alt season. This was the top of the cycle before that. So just keep that in mind. Oh, buddy, I'm loving summer in Vancouver. It's been great. I was just up in the Okanagan. It was unbelievable. Direct DeFi says, I want to lick your whole body until my tongue feels like sandpaper. All right. Moving on. QE and rate cuts are not the same, says Chris. Okay, but rate cuts are part of quantitative easing, bro. They're part of quantitative easing. To me, my understanding, right, is that quantitative easing is the Fed trying to stimulate the economy. And one of the ways they can stimulate the economy is through rate cuts. They can also inject money into the economy. So maybe they're not the same thing, but they have the same effect, and they usually go hand in hand, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe I'm fucking wrong and Chris is a genius. Always possible. Remember, I'm a cartoon character on the internet. I don't give financial advice. Bro, I would love 100K subs. But I just don't know. I have to do more fucking normie-centric content. No normie is going to watch, this video and, subscribe. They're going to be like, what the hell is this fucking handsome bastard talking about? I got to, do some, day-in-the-life cringy content, maybe. Maybe that's what I'll do. Alt top November 11th. Okay. Mark it in your calendars, guys. This guy's name, who I can't even pronounce because it's all Chinese characters, says the alts are going to top on November 11th. Maine, did you lose money on pause? Are you following Vertigodex ticker Dizzy? Half the words in that sentence aren't words that are in my lexicon. I don't know what pause is. I don't know what Vertigodex is, and I don't know what the ticker Dizzy is. So I hope that answers your question. Oilers lost. I'm also pissed. Do you believe aliens here? Now we're fucking talking. Do you believe aliens have been living amongst us and we are essentially a lab of genetic experience for them to learn about consciousness and evolution and to feed off our negative energy? I don't think they maybe they live amongst us. I do think, though, that aliens exist, and we're going to find out more about them very soon. Like, I think they're probably watching us, and they're like, these guys are retarded. But soon they're going to come down and be like, yo, you're all really retarded. UTA on log charts for long-term swings. I don't use the log chart. It doesn't really make a difference. It just changes the scale. It doesn't change the levels. Fitness advice, please. My right arm has grown significantly more since watching you. You need to start jerking off with your left hand. Ansem and totally shielded. Come on, bro. Why do I care? Again, I already had a big rant on this. Who cares what Ansem and totally shill? Just make money, dude. Stop worrying about what other people are doing so much. Could you please name some good alts which have good strength according to you? I think alts like fucking hype are good. Fartcoin, I think, is a good alt. I don't know if it's got good strength. Currently, it's going sideways. But if the market's bullish, things like hype, things like Fartcoin, things that have done well, I think will continue to do well. Murad's fucking coin traded all the way back to the highs. So that's been a pretty big run, right? But again, still failing to get a close above there. So that's going to be a key level. If you want to be bullish on Murad's coin, it's got to get above 150 again. We need alts that are down 90%, not hype. Okay, then go through. Like, I like CRV. I think this is an interesting chart. Like, this is an interesting chart to me. BTC pairs bottomed out. The USD pairs bottomed out. There's lots of coins that look like this. Lots and lots and lots and lots of coins. I don't hold Rivian coin. Do I ever use RSI? Not really, but you can use price action and pretty much guess when the RSI is going to be diverging. Who the fuck is Toli? I think he's the founder or one of the creators of Solana. What will happen first? Alien appearance on national TV or ETH 3K? I do think that ETH could go to 3K like relatively soon. Like, this is going to break out. And if it breaks to the upside, ETH is going to go to like here. So like these are the levels. It's either going here or it's either going here. So place your bets, try and find a trade depending on what happens on the low time frame in here. Zodiac says, like your perps P&L. I must have said something funny, and now he's trying to dunk on me. But your name says ETH to 5K. So, I don't know. Can Gala make a 10x? I don't know, bro. Maybe. But this looks like some extraction was going on here. Can it do a 10x? Maybe. I was bullish Gala for a little bit, like early in the year, if I recall correctly, like into this leg up. Can it 10x? I don't know. Can it trade back to here, which is a 500% move? Yeah. Like, this is a lot of coins look like this. Yeah, I've got some Pokemon cards, bro. Do you ever look at the total 1, 2, 3 or others, or you don't chart them? I mean, occasionally, but like I just primarily trade Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol, so I don't really need to look at all that kind of shit. But lots of like I like the, what is it? I use total 3 minus USDT divided by BTC. I like this chart, kind of as opposed to Bitcoin dominance. All right, so this is alt season. This is alt season. Maybe this is alt season. I don't know. Who you got for game 6? I'm probably going to punt on the Pacers just because I don't want the good sports to end. I don't really watch baseball and shit. So once basketball's over, like hockey, basketball are done. Those are my 2 favorite sports to watch. Shout out to Ben Cowan. Go watch the stream on YouTube, bro. It's all up there. Hey man, I traded since December of 2020 and I was profitable until 2023. I sold it all in March of 2024 and withdrew. Sounds like you won. Now I started trading back in September again and I can't really understand why I'm not profitable at all. Do I just become stupid or what? I mean, maybe. Have you been doing drugs? Frying your brain with drugs and alcohol? Maybe the market conditions have changed, bro. Like, you know, you took out your money here and you start trading again in September. I mean, I don't know how you lost money in this, but, you know, maybe the conditions have changed. You got to remember, like, but you've traded from 2020, so you've traded a bull market and a bear market. Go look at your old trades. Are you doing something differently? Has your strategy changed? Because price action has been pretty consistent. I've seen AFL. I do like AFL. I like watching rugby too. Like, there's other good sports. I'm just saying my favorite 2 sports to watch are hockey and basketball. But yeah, AFL and rugby are fucking sick. Like the 7-on-7 rugby sevens tournament was in Vancouver for like 4 years in a row. It was a blast. I know that's not AFL, but do I have an OnlyFans? Yes. Link in the description. Do I ever use EMAs? Not really. Show how you can tell an RSI is diverging with price action. So here, I could tell that the RSI is putting in a bear div here, just based on the fact that it's making a big higher high, then slightly higher, then even less high. I know that there's an RSI divergence here. And lo and behold, right? So there's your high, higher high, slightly higher, slightly higher. There's your bearish divergence on RSI. Right? Same thing here. Just a slightly higher high. Near this old all-time high, there's probably a bear div here. You can do the same at the bottom, right? Right? Like this made a slightly lower low, big lower low, slightly lower low, even less lower, bull div. Same thing here, right? High, higher high, slightly higher high, definitely a bearish divergence. You're welcome, Hello Being. Thanks for tuning in, man. You look like a hooker for rugby. I would have been, I love watching NFL too, but hockey is a much more fun sport to watch. I played scrum half in high school, but that was a long time ago. I looked a lot different. What do I think about Caspa? I have no opinion. I remember charting this like 2 years ago, right before it ripped. Like way back here. I have no clue what this does. You could argue it's coming into demand here. So this is similar to the SUI chart, right? Like this is where a higher low hopefully forms if you're bullish. Anyways, guys, I've got to go to the gym because I'm not trying to be no fat motherfucker. And I want to watch the NFL or the NBA game. So I got to get to the gym. I got an hour, get a quick little cardio session in, come back, watch the game, eat some dinner, go to bed. I'm also going on a really cool trip this weekend. So I've got to pack and shit. So we're gonna end it here, just under an hour and a half. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be back streaming again on Monday. I'll probably upload some sort of market update over the next couple days, especially if something happens. Hopefully my game plans are pretty clear for you guys here. I'm looking for Bitcoin to find some support here. If not, I'm looking here. So either from here or down here. Right? Same thing with ETH, basically the exact same game plan. It's either holding a higher low here, then I'm targeting there, or it's going to run these range lows again, and then I'll be interested in looking there. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed. As always, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out all my fucking links, you motherfuckers. Breakout prop in the description. The merch is coming soon. Haven in the description if you want more from me. Free Telegram is in there. Fucking all the bullshit is in the description of the video. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.